Hey guys, Mrs. Traver here. We're going to walk through our notes on 5-1. This is slope again. We started it yesterday and we looked at the graphs. Today we're going to look at it from points. So we'll talk through it once. I'll give you the formula and then we'll do 3 examples of it after that. So we talked yesterday how slope is rise over run. And we also talked about how rise is the up-down over the side-to-side, or you could write this as rise with a y. Rise over run. So what I want you to notice here is that this up down, these are y's, and this side to side run is x's. So I'm going to use something fancy here. Here's a Greek letter, delta. Looks like a triangle, but this delta means change. So we can read this as how much did y change, and how much did x change. So I know I've got lots of different ideas here on how to think about slope. Rise over run, the distance up and down from side to side, the change in y, change in x, change in y, change in x. That's those ones, so delta. But I'm going to write it out for you formally. So say we had 2 points, and those points were xy and xy. Well, first off, it's kind of hard when we have 2 different xy's where we're talking about the first point and the second point. So let's let this one be the first point. So let's let them be x1 and y1, and the second point be x2 and y2. Notice my 2 and my 1's are small and low, like exponents, but below, not above. So from here, when we find our slope, and remember our slope is with the variable m. So our slope that we have, we're going to end up doing change in y, which is a subtraction. So we'll do a subtraction with our y's. y2 minus y1 over change in x, so a subtraction with our x's. x2 minus x1. So this will be the formula that we'll know and love, and you won't get rid of it for a while, quite a while. All right, we're going to walk through 3 examples like I said. So here's the first one. Remember to pause this video if you ever need to go back. But here's the first example. I'm going to give you 2 points. The first one is 5-2, and the second one is 7-0. All right, so let's see. We can start by labeling what points we have. So this is the first point and the second point. So we've got x1, y1, x2, y2. That's helpful in the beginning of doing slope so that we can make sure we grab the right numbers to the right places. So then we've got change in y. So y2 minus y1, 0 minus 2 on the top. On the bottom, x2 minus x1, 7 minus 5 on the bottom. From here, we just simplify the top and the bottom. So 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. And let's do some simplifying. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So my answer on this one is that the slope is negative 1. All right, example 2, here we go. We've got 2 points, 3, 4, and negative 5, 6. So again, label what our points are, x1, y1, x2, y2. And let's see, m equals y2 minus y1, so 6 minus 4. And on the bottom, x2 minus x1, so negative 5 minus 3. Some simplifying on the top, 6 minus 4 is 2. And on the bottom, negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Some simplifying can be done. Both of these can be divided by 2. So I've got 1/4, and it's negative. So you can write your negative out front, or with the 1, or with the 4. It doesn't really matter. Last one. This one will have the point negative 5, 9, and 3, 10. So let's see, labeling them one last time. x1, y1, x2, y2. And we've got m equals the change in y, so 10 minus 9, over the change next. 3 minus negative 5. Be really careful here. 3 minus, this minus came from the formula. This minus came from the formula. And then the next minus comes from the number. So I'd like you to write it out the long way, minus and negative, so that we can make sure we don't miss that step. Then when we go to simplify, on our top, 10 minus 9 is 1. And on our bottom, we can go ahead and go in and say, okay, 2 negatives make a positive. Now I can see my bottom is 8. No simplifying can be done, so I'm all set on that problem. I hope these notes helped. The game plan for the rest of today is that you guys are going to be doing a quiz is practice. So on Classroom, I'll show you what it looks like. It hasn't posted, it'll post this morning, so I've got it right here, but this quiz is practice will look like this. It says click the link below to start the game. I will assign a grade in Jupyter for getting this done, so you should be working diligently through the rest of the hours today on Wednesday. Click the web link on your Chromebook. I wouldn't advise doing it on your phone. But if you show any work on this, you can go ahead and turn that in. But the web link from here is just going to ask you to sign in with Google. That's how I know who you are. So go ahead and do that and allow whatever it's asking. From there, though, it's going to have, I believe it's 10 questions. Let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, oh, it's got 15 questions. So some of them are going to be story problems, and I'd like you to try to give those out a chance. When it says rate of change, I'm glad this one came up first. When it says rate of change, that means slope as well. So some of these ones that are kind of story problems are a little bit trickier. Give them your best shot, though. Again, I'm grading this for getting it done, so I'd like you to try these out. And then we'll talk through what ones were most incorrect on Friday when I'm back. But I hope this helped out. If you need the notes, these copy, I will leave it on Classroom as well under the Notes tab, so it'll be there for you when you need it. I will see you on Friday.